Hi guys, welcome back to this lesson. What you'll see in this video is a zombie character walking across a scene. Last video we walked in, I was able to import two characters. But in this video we're going to look at how to sort of import this zombie character. It shouldn't be running away from humans, it should be chasing humans, but well, through the world it's not exactly accurate. Okay, so I thought it might help out if I sort of draw the process of what I've just shown. So basically you start with Mixamo, get the model from Mixamo. So on Mixamo you get to select the character. When you're selecting a character, you add the animation. Once you add the animation, next thing is to download to Blender, download, well, that I mean download, yeah. So convert to, we'll say convert to the Blender. Now I'll just put download in the after process A to the project. I'll I'll put a copy of this in the description so you can get it from there. The next thing you're gonna have within here is the code, so I'm just gonna drag so a container sort to this. With the here will be in Threejs code, so I'm just gonna play this background with that to light gray. So here code, so we declare variable to grade so once that it is done, that causes examples. So once you have the model, you not just mixer, you actually declare it to variables. That one, so GL information that comes up. That next thing I'll do is create a function for the model. Create mixer variable. I'm creating a mixer variable. Create animation. Oops. So get animation next. So once you run the clip, next thing I want to make sure you do, which is a repetitive process, is to call mixer block. This is a repetitive process. Now calm down. So basically this is how it works basically. First of all, Mixamo, select character, add animation, so I could probably have this, so you can follow this order. In some of our videos we'll be using this process, so it makes it a bit clearer what procedures we're following. Yeah, but for this, what you understand that's Mixamo, get the character, add the animation, download, convert to built-in Blender, just Blender there so I can run the container. So convert to GLTF in Blender, copy to export. Yeah, export. That should export GLB file to Threejs GLB file. Make sure you export the GLB file, not GL. Not sure whether I'm making an error there, but so with experience realized that the GLTF file does not include the animations, only the GLB file includes the animations. Declare static variable mixer, declare static variable for GLTF scene. Great functions import. And I think one thing I've missed out here, just grab this guy a bit. I need to sort of expand this, put that in. We create the function here. Need to call when app starts. Let's go outside this tab. Call function. Yeah, I use a set timer call because as well call at the same time. Sure. So it's no. I use a set timer call because I sort of give the entire scene to download first and make that call always that timer so the characters get to have some time to sort of build after. So this is what it all looks like. I'm just gonna call that. Yeah, so I export this out with the description. Bring back to you. So I'm going to have to go through the code. I have some code already written down. So what I intend to do is to take you through how I sort of put the code together to introduce the zombie character. In the last video looked at, you remember we sort of imported these two characters and we're able to make them walk through the scene by adding animation clips. So we'll start with going to Mixamo, where we're going to download a zombie character. I'm just going to go into the website. So Mixamo will probably load a character that I've already worked with, the zombie character, and that's how you said all white and textures, though there will be textures on it eventually anyway. So I'm going to look for an animation. So I'm just going to type zombie run and look for the exact one I used. I think it was the second one, and we'll see it. I think it's the second animation. So the zombie is running up and down, but we'll probably set it to in place. So we're going to sort of download this with its animations. So click on download. Ultimately, in the last video, what you remember I did was that I imported PX files, but in this video I'm going to show you. So what you do is go into the scene and delete everything in the scene and import the zombie model. You can as well try the animations, press play, and the character runs. I suppose the next thing will be to sort of export this into three.js. I've already done that before, so I already have zombie underscore running. So what I do first is to create a function load zombie character. If you remember, we created the generic characters in the last video. Now this time we're going to do a load zombie character. Give it a 2-second start up, so which means that when the program starts, it calls that function in 2 seconds. And if we go to where the function is, I'm just going to comment that. And I'll just start to explain what the function actually does. Now, if you look down at the load Mixamo character, if you remember when we in the last video we sort of loaded these two characters, and we use this function to do that, and we've used the fpx files, and essentially it just starts with introducing the static variables, scene camera, renderer, and then loading them in. So it's basically similar to what I've done to a zombie character as well. Loaded the included the gltf loader, referenced the scene variable, and then the standard Draco loader file to manage the compression of the files download. And then essentially next thing you'll see is the using promises. So with this line you actually have the zombie variable being available after this line. So it waits to download the character, the model. What you'll notice that I've used GLB. Essentially GLB is essentially source of downloads the animations as well. But after that variable, you see the lines there use the zombie variable. But alternatively, instead of using this, you could as well do something else. You could use load a sync then and follow with then, and then once you get the variable, you can include all this code within the enclosing construct. But I've decided not to use that approach. So you can see our Copilot actually suggests a few code for some code for us, but we don't need that, so I'm going to remove that. I'm going to work with this because the zombie variable becomes available. It also allows me to add other references to other loaded characters as well. So following that, you have the zombie scene scale set, which is 2.5. It also gives the zombie character some size. And then following that, you have the set position the set, which places the position somewhere, which places the zombie somewhere in the scene. And then if you go back to the scene, you'll see that the zombie actually is loaded. Yeah, so you can see zombie is standing in there and in the doorway, which is quite close to the origin point, the scene. So I'm just going to change that value to say 40, and then we'll see that the zombie character actually moves forward. Yeah, you see it's more in front. You actually notice that it loads faster than the other characters which were loaded as fpx files. So then the next thing is I add this zombie character to the scene, and following that I have this zombie character line which allows me to translate the character across the scene. So I put a static variable there for now. I'm just gonna comment it out for now because it doesn't really affect the entire thing that we're trying to do. I have a line which creates an animation mixer. Animation mixer allows us to animate the zombie character using one of its included clips. So then I get the clips from the GLB file. I'll just console log the zombie clips. So let's see how many clips are included in the model. Just gonna press F12 and then probably clear this and then go back to the code, make a little change so I can see what that looks like. So if I come back, when it loads, you actually see the number of clips included in the character. So zombie running. Now it's actually possible for you to rename the clips from Blender. In this case, I've renamed the one as zombie running, which makes it easier to identify the clips. But here you can see all the clips are included. If you had exported the GLTF file, you would probably not get the clips. So if you come back to Blender and then click on the armature, you'll see that you see the name there, and then you can rename the armature to default or something else. And when you export this to Blender, it actually comes out as default rather than the name that you can't actually remember. So what I'll do is select everything and then export again as GLTF, and then the animation now bears default, which means that you can actually rename this animation within Blender. And then so we'll come back to Blender. So what I'll do is change this back to zombie running, and if we continue where we are, we're going to remove the other clips printout. So when we go to the next line, so I'll just remove the line of clips. Now the next line basically retrieves the clip from the model. You see that I've used zombie running. If we go back to view the clips, it seems I've removed the clips from the line from the code. So I'm just going to put that line back in there, and then you have console.log clips. So we're supposed to see the clips coming with the model. So we see that we have a zombie running clip in there. So that makes it easy for us to probably just select get the list of clips and then use animation clip find name to get the zombie running clip from among the list of clips. Add that into the clip action function of the Mixamo zombie variable and then set the animation clip to play. So basically for this to run, we need to update the zombie, which actually ensures that the clip keeps running. So I had that commented out, so you can see mix the zombie go. So you check whether it's defined. If it's defined, then you call update and send in the delta, which is just the clock that runs by frame, and the zombie character dot position of z plus equals 0.11, which is a value I've already discovered works. I'll just comment that out and then we can go back to the page and see what it looks like. Should be a zombie just running in place. So what I've done basically is just to add some little number to that, a fraction of a distance, and then if you go back to code and I uncomment that, but first of all we need to go check. So what I've done is to declare the zombie character variable here and then go back to where I've set the zombie character variable and uncomment this line, and then so what I'm doing here is basically setting that variable to reference the zombie.scene, and then here I set the position.z plus equals 0.11, and then what you see is that the zombie is walking forwards basically. So this is a nice way to also bring your animations into your characters into the scene and animate them and sort of create some interaction between them, which hopefully we'll be doing in the next video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.